Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I am Braden. This is Langley Outdoors Academy, the place where we not only talk about what's going on in the gun world, but also how we're going to fix it together. And the content that I've got to show you is a bombshell admission, and I don't think they even meant to because they said it so nonchalant. The ATF just alluded to the fact that they have a facial recognition program coming out of the Trump attempted assassination. I'm going to walk you through the entire thing, and the source is a sitting senator in the United States. This one is going to blow your socks off. Send it to everyone that you know. Let me hear you in the comments field right down there, and of course, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn the notification bell on. The more that we grow, the more that we can get information like this to you quickly to affect the change that we need for our gun rights going forward. Now, of course, guys, I've said it every single time. I'm going to keep on saying it. Don't let the YouTube monster eat your subscription. Make sure it's active because he's just sitting there all fat, dumb, and happy because some of you are not being awares of what he's doing to you. Don't be victimized by the big green one-horned evil thing right there. And make sure you check that subscription. All right, beautiful, beautiful patriots across this incredible land. I'm gonna show you something real quick. Let me get to the top. So here's what came out inadvertently. And I'm going to show you why it's inadvertent in a second. Because the headline here isn't ATF has facial recognition program that no one knew about. It's about the attempted assassination. This is from Senator Ron Johnson. And I'm going to show you everything and zoom in a second. But this is from a release that he did yesterday. Preliminary findings in my investigation into the attempted assassination of President Trump. So this is coming from his department with his staff. Now, he puts it in bullet points, and I'm going to do this quickly to get to the meat here. As you can see here, number one, Secret Service did not attend a security briefing. That's not what we're really talking about. Local law enforcement right below it. Number two, said communications were siloed and they were not in frequent radio contact. Okay, so two screw-ups. We go down to number three. Number four is where the money's at. Local law enforcement notified command about crooks prior to the shooting. Okay, so far we look like we have some ineptitude and potentially malfeasance. Okay, we're going to let that one play out because lots of stuff is continuing to play on that one until you come to this one. And we're just going to hold the presses right there real quick. Let me read number four for you. Following the shooting, Secret Service was seen on the roof of the American Glass Research Building with local law enforcement. Photos of the shooter were sent to the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms, the ATF, for facial recognition. Hold the phone. These are the exact same people that aren't allowed to have a database, of which they have a catalog, but not searchable, so it's not a database. They can't have the records of who owns what gun where, but they have ATF-sponsored, specialized facial recognition software that the Secret Service sends to of a shooter. This is the exact same organization that magically came up with 30-minute turnaround time on who bought the gun from 2013. Nothing? Nobody. Okay, well, let me show you the actual document. I'm going to dive in here. I'm going to zoom into the parts that you need to see as we go through this. Sorry, let me... why is this thing... Oh, that's just focused in. Okay. Let me adjust this a little bit because I don't want a single piece of this to be missed for you guys. So let me put it right here and I'll zoom in where it's needed. This is number four. Remember, I already read that to you. At approximately 6:23 p.m., let me zoom in a little bit. There we go. On July 13th, 2024, 12 minutes after former President Trump was shot, two Beaver County, PA law enforcement agents accessed the roof of the AGR building and saw Crooks deceased. During a subsequent search of Crooks, local law enforcement discovered a suspected remote triggering device. At 6:32, 7:45, and 7:46, the Beaver County law enforcement agents took pictures of Crooks, a cell phone, and the remote control device near the suspected shooter's body. Between 6:40 and 6:50, here we go, local law enforcement on the roof were joined by the Allegheny County Bomb Squad and one individual wearing a suit whose local law enforcement assumed to be a Secret Service agent. According to information reported to Senator Johnson's office, because again, this is coming from a sitting senator's office. According to the individuals on the roof, a member of the Allegheny County Bomb Squad requested the photos be sent to a phone number with a 215 Philadelphia area code, which was stated to be for the ATF. The ATF was apparently requesting the photos of Crooks for facial recognition purposes. Okay, somebody in Congress, some of the Republicans, someone needs to ask the question, does ATF have a facial recognition software outside of their purview? What would they use that for? They manage alcohol, tobacco, and firearms. Do you remember any kind of photo recognition or photo database that you take when you buy a firearm? That's weird. So why do they have it? And what are they using it for? And maybe is that how they got so quickly into the process of getting the determined shooter's family in 30 minutes? Any of this stuff starting to check out? One more thing for you, if you wanted some confirmation. This is, again, from Senator Johnson's release. Goodness gracious. Let me scroll down for you. Sorry, I'm getting all amped. I'm going to move this up again. Here we go. Senator Johnson's staff called the phone number and confirmed that it was, in fact, associated with the ATF, so confirmation. However, in subsequent attempts to establish further talks with the individual with that number, Senator Johnson's staff received the following email from ATF's Acting Deputy Chief of Legislative Affairs. Quote, I'm reaching out because I understand that they can't write, whatever. I understand that you reached out to our personnel in the Philadelphia Field Division with questions regarding the assassination attempt on former President Trump. 2 confirmations. We would like to ask that you coordinate any of these kinds of requests through our office so that we may in turn coordinate through Main Justice and our colleagues at FBI, which is the lead investigatory agency. So now the ATF knows, confirmed by Senator Johnson, their staff, and also ATF, the head of, Acting Deputy Chief of Legislative Affairs. The FBI knows, the DOJ knows. Does everybody know? So who's going to tell us? Because it has never been stated they have an active face recognition software that they deploy in these cases. Never. And I don't like it. Anyway, last thing. It is unclear when Secret Service arrived on the roof following the shooting, how Secret Service and others accessed the roof of the building, why ATF would be the agency responsible for conducting facial recognition in an attempt to identify crooks, and whether ATF ultimately did conduct any facial recognition on the photos provided to their agent. So here's the big payoff. Everything that I just showed you came from a sitting United States Senator. His staff was confirmed by the staff itself that ATF has facial recognition software. Confirmed by the actual acting chief of deputy of legislative affairs at the ATF from one of their field offices. Need to talk to the FBI about it, they knew. And you need to talk to DOJ about it because they knew. So everybody knows about this facial recognition software that somehow none of us in the public on the gun rights side knew about. It's weird. It's almost like they have something that they don't want you to know they have. But they genuinely just put this inadvertently in a tweet from a senator in their report, but you have not heard a single news outlet say a word about it. You have not heard anyone other than GOA say something about this. This needs to be screamed from rooftops, because if they have a facial recognition software and there's no reason for them to have it, and they're the ones that are responsible for enforcing gun legislation, of which they just make up ad hoc, we're going to have a bit of an issue around, I don't know, all of it. And that's what I've got for you guys. Please send this one out. Please let me know what you guys think if I landed that plane, and I will see you on the next one. I'm Braden. See you later.